Good morning, everybody. This is Vince with Listings to Leads, and we're talking today about how to get started with a program. And before we started, I noticed a lot of new people on the call, so I asked where they're from, so you might hear me responding to that. We do have a lot of coaches talking about us. We do have, national partnership with Remax. We have a lot of, people who are, who are talking about us to help agents, just get more productive. We are obviously a real estate advertising platform focused on lead generation. We have a very strong presence in social media and making realtors look very strong on social media, and also capturing leads from social media. And we have tools for agents that have listings and agents who don't have listings. So no matter where you are in the business cycle as a realtor, there are tools to help you here. Either get a hold of more buyers or more sellers. Okay, so I'm going to show you all that. And let's see here. Oh, Michael's from, not sure how to unmute. That's okay, Michael. Everybody's muted here, don't worry. And Michael from Florida is saying he's got to be on this over and over because he's an old timer. I get it. Okay, yeah, so that's good that you're launching ads again after the new year. I would suggest, Michael, that you run ads during the new year, because or before the new year. And that's because everybody's on holiday, right? So they're not at work, they're not distracted at work, they're sitting at home, they're watching great Christmas specials and watching sports and just looking at their phone, they were looking at their iPad, and that's a great way to get leads. And also, like you, many other realtors are taking time off over the holidays. And so your cost of lead gen on Facebook is dropping. Now this call isn't all about Facebook, so we're not going to really stick there too long, but this is about listings to leads and just sort of what you can do with it. We have tools for social media. We have tools for print, which specifically are really useful in your farm markets. So if you've got various neighborhoods you want to build business in, if you've got a listing and you want more business out of that, we've got tools for you to help you there. We've got PDF reports, over 50 PDF reports that you can download and give to people. They are branded to you on every page. You can also just run ads and say, hey, would you like a free PDF report for buyers or a free PDF report for sellers, gathering contact information the whole time. And then we even have tools for your CRM. A lot of you have been in the business for a long time and you have CRMs with hundreds or thousands of people in there. They're just not all calling you, right? And it's not until they start calling you that they're actually going to do some business. So we have tools to help you there too, to reactivate those people. So I know many of you are probably on a trial and just getting started with us, and then some of you have been with us for years. All the tools that I'm going to show you all come together on the trial, and they're all part of the office plans and single agent plans as well. So what I am going to show you here is it's in everybody's account. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm just seeing some questions here. So let's talk about what I was saying there just a moment ago about where we actually have our tools, right? So if we look at listings, your listing should be able to flow into the system automatically. And I'm just going to be really high level here. We'll dive into the details here in a moment. Listings should go in here automatically. And then underneath the market listing button are all the automated tools that we create. We create a template for you for Facebook. We can auto post to your social media. We give you flyers for your database, right? For your CRM. We give you a nearby homeowner letter, which is if you want more listings in a neighborhood, this is the #1 tool to use. We create a single property website. We create a luxury single property website, a lead gen focused virtual website. We create a virtual tour, again, luxury version or lead gen. So what are you trying to do with these listings? Are you trying to capture leads, or are you trying to showcase that you've got a really marvelous home for sale? There are two different ways you can go. We've got a whole open house sign-in system, or actually a whole open house lead gen system. A number of tools are designed to capture leads for open houses. You get a listing flyer. Obviously, this is something that you would need in any marketing area for real estate. But we also have postcards and door hangers, that are not only designed to get you more buyers, but also in every instance designed to get you sellers. Because on the back, it says, hey, when this home is sold, it's going to affect your home value. And that's something that you want to remember from listings to leads, right? Now you can create sign writers. We've got tools for blogs. If you're a blogger, you definitely want to copy and paste our tools, even Craigslist. And yeah, now that COVID is part of our life, we even have QR codes for every one of your listings. So that's just the listing side. Now I'm going to go through and talk about how to use some of these tools, but I also want to point out that you should really be using the ads section. And let me ask this question. Does everybody here run ads on Facebook? And there are a lot of you here, so I would just like a yes or no answer. And if you can, let me know, like, are those good? Are those ads good for you? Because I can tell you, when I ask that question to any group of realtors, there is a fork in the road, right? There's two groups. There are yes, I have, and there's no, I have not run ads on Facebook, right? And I would really like to know, because I can tell you this, if you're in real estate, and I can tell you this 100% certainty, you should be running ads on Facebook because of the cost, the ease, and the leads, right? So you build your brand and you get leads. It's just a really effective place to spend your dollars there, right? Marketing dollars. So my question is, have you done it and have you not done it? And then I'm gonna kind of show you how you should do it if you're in real estate, okay? This is my ads page. So when you come here, I don't know if you guys have used this, but I definitely want you to understand this. So if I start talking fast and you don't understand, you must ask questions. When you come here for the first time, this page will not look like this. It will have one big green button on it. It says connect to Facebook. And there will be a big video behind it, underneath it rather. And you can watch that video. It's like 20 seconds or 2 minutes, can't remember, it's really quick. And it shows you what's gonna happen once you click that button. What's gonna happen is you're gonna click it, and it's gonna take you to Facebook, and it's say continue as you. Now there's a good portion of realtors just like you that once they see their name on Facebook, they're scared and they stop, because they think, I don't want to run ads as me. I want to run ads as my business. And if you just said yes, continue as you, the next page is going to say, what's your business page? Because we don't want to run ads as you, we want to run them as your business page. So you can almost just stumble through it yourself, but it still frightens a lot of people. What it is, you click, you say yes, continue as you, next page is what business page, and the next page is okay, and the next page is done, and then bang, you're back here, okay? And once you're back here, there's going to be either 3 or 4 green buttons. But you see this light green box right here? I'm highlighting the text about the Facebook refresh. There's going to be a yellow box there too. And that's going to say accept the custom audience terms. And you have to, I would highly suggest you accept that. And then right when you do that, you can refresh this page, and then it'll say turn on retargeting. And this might seem really techy, but I'm going to tell you, I would say less than 1% of realtors even know what Facebook retargeting is, right? And it's a bear to turn on in Facebook, just like running an ad is a bear to run in Facebook. But we have taken the software, we have Facebook software, and we have made it so you can just click a couple of buttons and save a couple things, and we will automatically create custom audiences for you and create and take all your leads and put them in your own Facebook account, which will stay with you forever. And then you can retarget. So, you know, when we start to talk about running an ad, you kind of want to retarget your old ads so that they can continue to see that you're there, because leads don't convert in general, and definitely in the majority, the first day that you get a lead, right? You get a lead, you might call them that first day, you might even email them that first day, but they're not likely going to convert that first day. That would be awesome if they did, but that's just not the reality. You have to touch them multiple times. And what retargeting means is every time you run an ad, you can put that new ad in front of those old leads. So I want you to turn all those things on, and once you get there, these 4 green buttons are going to be there. You can create an audience, you can create a listing ad, landing page ad, and PDF report ad. Okay. Now I'm going to dive into that, but that's a big, long-winded story. And when we started the call, I told you about the mastermind group, and I said there's a video right here about Facebook ads and turning on the new automation. I would definitely, because I'm not going into detail on all this right now today, because we have other things to talk about, but we definitely, you want to be using this latest technology. It's just in your benefit, not only to capture leads, but to convert leads. And in case you don't understand this, if you don't convert leads, you don't earn any money from leads. And there's no point in capturing leads unless you're getting paid for it. And that's really what we want to focus on here. So definitely turn those things on and then get involved with using it. Okay, so we talked about automated listings. We also talked about creating ads as the ad section here. I am going to dive into it further. I'm also going to tell you that there's a whole landing page section. And we create 3 landing pages right off the bat. As soon as you create an account, you have 3 landing pages. One is for free home values, one is for down payer assistance, and one is for new construction. Now you can use our ads tab to go run ads and drive people to those pages, but you can also create your own custom landing pages. And one of the most important ones that you should have are what we call Property Valuation Plus. These are the free home value landing pages, okay? So unless you're creating your business in one town, you want to have one of these for each town, right? So you see I've got one for Oakland, for Modesto, Seattle Beach, Satellite Beach. I've also got one for Release Valley, and Release Valley is a neighborhood in my core town. So you can have home value pages for neighborhoods as well. And then you can use the tools. You can either run ads, but there's a really powerful print tool that you can use. So you can also create custom landing pages for buyers, right? And this is just an example of some new construction, right? And so you can create a landing page, say I want to put a video in the background, I want to add a timer to it, I want to change all the language that they gave me by default. Well, you can do all that, right? You can change the background picture, but I really recommend if you're going to create a landing page for buyers, you really only do it if it's a specific kind of home, like waterfront homes, or golf course properties, or I don't know what happened here, my video is shutting down, or maybe horse ranches, you know, if that's a particular kind of niche. But you don't want to create a landing page for just sign up for a free list of homes in St. Louis, right? Because the market knows I can just go to the internet and search for St. Louis homes for sale and get that. I don't need to sign up for your list. I can see that all day long. But if you're talking about a particular kind of home, groups of homes, waterfront homes, lakefront homes, well, a landing page can work really well. I was talking to somebody last week who was saying, you know, he's got this really strong value proposition for FSBOs, for people that want to sell their own homes. And it's a good business for him. So he wanted to create a landing page and then run ads and drive that. And that makes sense. It's a really particular kind of group of people that he's after. You can't target very well with Facebook, but you can create a landing page that speaks to that story. And so I just want you to know that you've got that section there. So we do have a bunch of PDF guides. I'm going to show you how to use those, but you can download them right here. And then just to sort of broad brush it, it doesn't matter if you have listings or if you don't have listings. You have a lot of tools available for here for you, whether if you want to talk to buyers or sellers. Now, on this question of if you don't have listings, I want to go to the listings page and point out that if you go to the listings page and click on add listing up here, you can borrow listings. If you've got a colleague that says, yeah, you can use my listing, go out and get buyers, sure, go ahead. Drop in their zip code, drop in the MLS ID for that property, deselect this as yours and grab it. We'll pull in the listing, and then all of those, we'll create a bunch of tools, and all those leads that you capture will go to you. So you'll see here that borrowed listings will sit here right here. So let's take the questions that we've got now, and then we'll dive into the details. Let's say, what's the URL? Okay, so people are answering here. Yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So some people are running, let's just answer the questions again. So Lynn's saying she's run ads, but she's getting no return. And a few other agents have said they've run ads, and you should definitely be running ads on Facebook. I'll give you the high level. Uh-oh. Give me a second, guys. I see my computer's about to die. Hold on. That was a close call. Give me a second, please. Sorry about that. Ooh. I was using my computer in the other room. Yeah. There we go. And okay, so Lynn, I guess Lynn, you were saying that you run ad but no visible return. Does that mean you're getting leads or that you're not converting leads? Because we're going to talk about how you convert leads. Oh, okay. Are you running ads through our system, Lynn? Are you using our system to run your ads? Okay. So you're not using our system. So I am going to show everybody on this call how you should be running ads, and you definitely should be getting leads. I see this happening every day for our clients. And then Edward's asking, hey, Scott, what's the URL for the virtual tour? Edward Giles. Well, the URL for our virtual tours, everybody, let me, so we're in the listings page. And I think Holly was asking, how did I get into this screen, right? And that is the listings page right here. Okay, on the left, it's the fourth tab, and all your listings will be here. And you can add a listing here. And Edward's asking, what is the URL for my virtual tour? So I'm going to go over here to click on the market listing, and all the tools are here. And I'm going to click on virtual tour. And like I said, there are two kinds of virtual tours, either luxury or lead gen. I always focus on the lead gen one because we're always focused on capturing leads. There's a URL right up at the top, a web address, Edward, and that's the web address. Okay. Now, let's see, Lynn, what does it mean could not create a custom audience for your ad? Okay, good. Lynn, let me answer that question. So guys, earlier I was saying that I want you to all go into your account and connect to ads. So I went here and I said that there will be a yellow box, and an error, a fairly common error, is it says something like this. It says could not create custom audience for your ad account because it's not added to your business manager. And Lynn, what that means is you have a business page, you have a business page in Facebook, and your ad account is not connected to that the right way. Send that message to the support team, and they have the instructions to help you. So everybody has a support page on the bottom left. Just take that message, Lynn, excuse me, send it to them, and they'll help you get that fixed. And then you'll be able to do that. And so that's the deal there. So yeah. Okay. But what Lynn is talking about is how to turn on custom audiences and retargeting. She could still run ads right now. And so Lynn, definitely take care of that, send it to support later. But let's talk right now about what to do with your listings. And like I said, you could borrow a listing by using Grab Active Listing. There's even something that we have that says My Farm Dominator, which allows you to borrow listings without, you don't actually need permission, but you should check with your office manager and your MLS to make sure this doesn't conflict with local rules. For a lot of offices, a lot of MLSs, it's totally fine. And then you get kind of a sub-segment. Here, I have one from My Farm Dominator right here. And you'll see we only create 3 tools: Facebook, social media post, and eFlyer for your database. That's because if we created all the tools, you could get in some trouble, right? And then you would run afoul of MLS rules. But we created this section where you can borrow listings with our partner List Hub. and we get the listings from List Hub. So they're like, yeah, you should be okay with this. Frankly speaking, if you can run an ad on Facebook, and that should be okay. You can put it on your social media, and these ads are designed to get listing leads, right? So, I'm sorry, not listings, buyer leads, right? So, and you'll see that it says it's courtesy of the actual listing agent. This is to keep you out of trouble. That's the rule. But like I said, you do need to check with your local MLS rules, because maybe they don't like that either. But that's just adding with My Farm Dominator. If you have your own listing, or if you grab a listing, all the tools will be created under Market Listing. And I want you guys to understand the most important tools, okay? So if you're new to us, you should sort of understand what you need to be absolutely doing. And to make it easy, we've got them ranked. So if you start at the top and go down, you're going to get the most important tools, right? So the most important tool is Facebook ads. This home is open house, and let me just be 100% clear for you. The number one way to get buyer leads is to run ads on Facebook with a listing, okay? In this case, I've got an open house. So this is the number one way to get buyer leads. What do you have to do to run an ad? Now, of course, you got to connect your account, which, Lynn, we were talking about that, right? And Lynn, you got an error because you can't do custom audiences, but that doesn't mean you can't run an ad. So if you're connected to your account, this is how you run an ad on a property. You choose the property, we default you to Facebook ads. All you got to do is click create ad, and it will create an ad that looks just like this, and it will capture leads with phone numbers, with name, email, and phone number as they appear in Facebook. So this is a great way of capturing buyer leads. It's the number one way of capturing buyer leads. Our clients get a lot of buyer leads, on average for $1 a lead. But we've got a lot of clients that are getting leads right now. I think it's because it's the holidays, and the competition, meaning other realtors, are taking a break. So I'm seeing leads come in at 50 cents a lead right now, even less, which is awesome, right? Low cost leads right now. So all you got to do is click create an ad. We're going to run an ad for 7 days. You got the start date and the end date here. We're going to run it for $35, so $5 a day basically. Okay, you can adjust that. You can also say I want it to show up in more towns. You can even expand your radius if you wanted to reach further. But simply speaking, just click create an ad, and you've got a great ad to capture buyer leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. Now the next thing to do is social media posts, right? And what is that? Well, a post is different from an ad. Okay. And what a social media post means is it's going to post to your social media accounts, right? So if you got a Facebook business page, if you got a LinkedIn or Twitter account, we'll post there automatically, and it will look like this, okay? Now, the cool thing about it is this is pretty good, actually, to have emojis and to have hashtags automatically, and then, call to action, click here for more information. But if they click here, our landing page is behind it. Okay, now let me click what this is here. Oh, this is telling us when we auto posted it. So if I click here to share, I can actually click view, and this is the tool that is behind the post. Now this particular home has an open house, so there's this kind of Mission Impossible ticking time bomb there. But you can see that there's very little information here, right? If you want the deeper information on this home, you click this button, continue to Facebook. So I'm going to click it now, and it will whip around and say thank you from you to the person who clicked it. You, the agent, are going to have their name and email of whoever clicked that button, okay? And now we're going to drop them on the single property website, and there's all information that they would want on the home, okay? Yeah, Bettina is asking a question. I thought real estate ads were to be no less than 25-mile radius. That, unfortunately, Bettina, was not correct. The minimum radius is 15 miles, not 25, okay? And that's why we start with the minimum radius right here. Every time you click on create an ad, the minimum radius is 15, right? So when we're looking for buyers, this shouldn't really be a problem. if we're looking for seller leads, this can be a problem. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so that's the Facebook ads piece. Social media post has there's no radius involved. It's just a post. It's going to your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can connect your accounts right here, and I would connect all of your accounts. So hold that question there, Bettina. I just want to finish this. This is auto posting. And auto posting, you should turn on auto. You should, even if you don't use Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, you should go set up accounts, because the way that we do it, like over here on listings, we've got hashtags and people follow these hashtags, right? Real estate, house hunting are big on social media. So even if you got 3 friends on Twitter, if you're posting and people are following real estate, you're going to connect there. So you're going to get noticed basically there. Okay. So I definitely want you to all turn on, connect your social media accounts. Now, Diana's asking a question, can you connect to multiple Facebook accounts? There's 2 answers. The short answer is no, and the long answer is yes. Let me give you the short answer. Your business pages, you might have multiple business pages. You might have multiple community pages, all connected to one Facebook account. You can then target all of those multiple business pages from one account. What you can't have is maybe you log in as Diana at Remax, let's just say, on Facebook, and then you also log in as Diana at Yahoo, right? You can't do that, but you can. Your Facebook account can have multiple business pages and community pages, and in that case, you can do that. Okay. Bettina, do we get phone numbers on leads if a person has a number on Facebook? Yes. So, well, let's go back. Let's click back and let's be super deadly clear, right? It's crystal clear. What I'm showing you right now is Facebook post, and the post is going to look just like this. It's going to look like this on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Okay. But when we click on it, when we click on the post, and there's a difference from a post and an ad. When we click on a post, we land here. And when somebody clicks this button, continue with Facebook, you're going to get the name and email only. Okay. But when we talk about ads, and like I said, ads are different from posts. Well, an ad is totally different. It doesn't actually even show up on your business page. It doesn't. It shows up on the news feed. So let's slow down and talk about what that is. When we go to Facebook, and let me just make it clear, Americans in the United States, American adults spend about 45 minutes a day, every day, on Facebook. This is why I mentioned at the beginning of the call, you should all be running ads on Facebook, because your target market is here, right? And your ads, when you run an ad, it shows up on the news feed, right? So you can see, I'm seeing pictures of all my friends and family and all the fun things that they're doing and the stuff that they're eating. Your ad is going to be right here, okay? So as people are scrolling through, notice this is an ad, this is a sponsored ad from Unifor Teeth. So if I want straight teeth, I didn't say I wanted straight teeth, but oh, you know what? I actually need some straight teeth. So that's a great ad, right? Well, your ad shows up right here. Okay, no matter if I'm following your business page on Facebook or not, it's just, am I in your target? In this case, am I in within 15 miles of Berkeley on this ad, right? So when you choose an ad, it's going to say within 15 miles or whatever, or you could say, hey, I want it to be wider range, right? But that's where an ad shows up, right on the news feed. And that's why it's so powerful, because like I said a couple of minutes ago, the average adult spends 40 minutes a day on Facebook every day. Right? You get to see all the Christmas pictures, all the fun stuff that our friends and family are doing, and you get to see the ads that people are running, okay? So these are 2 different things about Facebook. They are on the top of the listing marketing, but what else do we have? We have a tool for seller social media. And this is usually the one that melts our clients' brains. They don't understand what in the world this is, but you must understand what this is if you like referrals, right? Because if you capture leads, lead gen is cool from the internet, right? but then you got to convert those leads, and those people don't really know you. So we create a tool like this and we email it to you, and it says, hey, send this to your seller via email and call them and tell them to copy and put it on their Facebook wall, right? So this is going to say, we have an open house and you at your office doing a lot of marketing, we expect a great turnout. Please share this, okay? And then it's going to have this picture, it's going to have this link, and if anybody clicks on that, well, it drives them to a page that, you know, conveys information and captures leads and gives the leads to you, okay? But these are not random internet leads. These leads are coming from your client's sphere of influence. Because if your client puts this information on their wall, well, now let me just show you, you know, this is my page, right? And the only people who see what I'm saying are my friends, right? And my family, right? So in this case, your client would be sharing with their friends and family and colleagues that their home is for sale and that you are their realtor. This is a really great way of capturing leads. And you're not even paying for it. It's not a Facebook ad, it just lives there forever, okay? Also, let me jump over, and I see a question there from Fadia. I'm gonna answer that in a moment. I want to show you that you should be using this letter for this post for your seller always when it's just listed, maybe when you do an open house, but I want you to see it when it's sold, okay? Because you want to do this a few times for each listing, right? Now when it's sold, it says, hey, our home just sold and we want to recommend you at your office for doing an excellent job, right? And if they click on this, I can tell you, if they click on this ad, the call to action is to offer them a free home value. And it's also going to say, here is your phone number and email in front of all my friends and family on Facebook to see. This is not an ad. It does not expire in 7 days. It stays there forever. So you need to get that message as we send it to you and start getting comfortable forwarding it, calling your client for 5 seconds, say, hey, would you please put that on your wall when it's just listed, when it's open house? And you probably want to have this in your listing presentation, that you have a very strong social media marketing practice, and that you even have tools for them. So if they're aware that this is coming, they're going to be happy to use it because they know you're trying to get more offers for them to sell, you know, and make the most money for them. Fadia is asking, how come my ads are showing 0 leads? Is that possible? Yes, Fadia. Well, inside of, are you running ads with our system? So let me, while you answer that question, I'm going to go to the ad section here. And I want to point out that once you start running ads, your ads sit down here. And it'll tell you how many leads you have. So Fadia, are you running ads inside of our account? And are your ads looking like this right here? You'll notice that mine are turned off. That's because I don't need to run the ads anymore. So you're running in our system and you're getting 0 leads, right? So what are you running there, Fadia? What are your ads that you're running? And I'm not going to get stuck on this too long because we have a lot to cover here. But if you can tell me like what those ads were, I can kind of tell you this. So while she's going to sort of answer that, it might take her a minute. I'm going to just slow down here. The best ads for getting buyer leads are running listing ads. Now I showed you where to do it on the listings page, but you can also do them right here. If you want seller leads, running an ad on a sold property is the best way. So update that your listings are sold. So you did just sold. So did you do it like this? You choose your sold property and did you just click publish? Is that what you did, Fadia, or did you customize this at all? Yeah, did you customize that text at all? So no. So that's kind of an issue. When you're running a sold ad, for some of our clients, they can run an ad just like this and get leads. They will be listing leads, free home value leads, okay? Because we're not looking for buyers on a sold property. But in some areas, this does not work very well. And that's because it's not really clear why you're even running this ad, right? Because buyers are not going to look at this because this home is sold. But a homeowner while you are saying that you can give them a free home value, that sometimes works, but it doesn't always work. So let me show you what you should do if you're going to run a just sold ad. You should click on advanced options, and you should go down here. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I got my little rescue creating havoc in the neighborhood. When you're running a sold ad, just default like Fadia is doing, it doesn't always work. You want to go to this box over here on the left that says primary text, because that text is this text. And there are some things you can say about a sold home that will get people to click the ad. And let me give you some ideas. This home went under contract. Now, did any of this stuff happen to you, Fadia, when you sold this home? In 5 days, right? Because I know that inventory is tight across the country, and a lot of realtors are like, oh, I can't even advertise a home because it sells so fast, right? Or did it sell above asking, right? Yeah. So you sold your home in 2 days, right? That's awesome. And let me tell you, did you get multiple offers on that, Fadia, or did you sell that with just one offer? Right? How many offers did you get, Fadia? So 3. So, she sold and got 3 offers. That means you have 2 buyers still looking, right? And all this is an incentive for me to reach out and find out what my home value is, because Fadia is able to sell a home in 2 days, and that is awesome, right? Because we don't like selling homes. I know you guys like to sell homes, but the average homeowner, this is not a really fun prospect. So if you can make me money and do it quickly, I will definitely want to find out what you think my home is worth. So I would try those kinds of ideas, Fadia. And if you've got an ad sitting out there right now and it's doing nothing, just turn it off, like where mine was. Just turn it off here. There's a little toggle up at the top, and then restart it. Okay. And then choose same property and just rerun the ad. That's what I would do. Let's go back to the listings. We jumped across because this question about Facebook ad, but it's good to understand this. Back on the listings, there's 2 more things I definitely want you to remember. And that is the nearby homeowner letter is a print letter, okay? You can use it at any status, just listed, open house, maybe pending, but definitely just sold, okay? And this is the letter. It's not really sexy. There's no artificial intelligence or nothing cloud computing. It's just common sense, okay? We've got an open house this weekend. Take this physical piece of paper to your own computer and go find out about it here, where you're going to become a buyer lead, right? But then we always say when that home is sold, it's going to affect your home value. So go here to this web address and go get your free home value. So who is going to take a physical piece of paper to their own computer and type in their address and give you their email? Only people who are really interested. Because it's not a Facebook ad where this ad is just floating on Facebook and they're sipping coffee and eating cake and they just click on something and then they forget they even clicked on it. No, when you get a lead from this print piece of paper, it's because you somehow got this to their home and they took it inside and they were curious. So you don't get a lot of leads with this piece of paper. You just get very high quality listing leads, okay? If you like listings, that's a really great way of getting them. When we turn off and restart, is it the same ad? No, Bettina, what I was suggesting is turn off the ad and start creating a new one. That's so you are creating a new ad. You're not restarting the old ad. Yeah. because I don't know about editing. I don't think editing works really well on Facebook ads. There's also an e-flyer for your database. This looks like a lot like the print flyer I just showed you, but this is for your CRM. So if any of you are sitting with a CRM with hundreds or thousands of leads in there, you want to use this every week. You use it by clicking this copy button up here and then going over to your CRM and hitting, your email blast, and you paste in the code, then you click a button and it looks graphic like this and you blast it out, okay? Not all systems allow third-party HTML, okay? Like we've got a lot of clients from Keller Williams, and a lot of Keller Williams use a platform called Command, and their CRM is managed by some other company, and they don't allow third-party HTML. They just don't. It's weird, but that's how it is. You could copy this and sort of manually do it. I don't think you would do that, but I'm just letting you know that's kind of how things are. But there's a lot of CRMs out there that you can copy and paste and blast and get a lot of leads, both buyers and sellers from the same flyer, right? So that's the listing marketing. You definitely got to use what I've shown you here. If you want to use our single property websites and virtual tours and our open house sign-in system, or you want, postcards and door hangers, you got all this here for you to use. These ones up here get the most results, and whether you want buyers or sellers, okay? Now let's go back to the ads page. And I had shown you that you can run a listing ad for homes that's for sale, for open house, or even just sold, right? You just choose the property and you kind of go for it from there. I also want to say that we've got 50 PDF reports, 50, for sellers or for buyers. Now, you don't need any listings to use these. You just decide, who do you want to talk to? You want to talk to more buyers or more sellers, and then you choose your whatever PDF report. And if you want to read them, you'll notice that each one has a little round white button on the top left. You can download it, and you'll see that your contact information is on every page. And you can just say, hey, I want to create an ad. Once you hover over it, it says create ad, and you create an ad, and all you need to do is type in the name of a town. Right? How do you spell Pensacola? Yeah, Pensacola. And you can say, yeah, I want everybody within 30 miles to know that I have information to help them sell a home. 12 mistakes to avoid. It'll be, because it's designed to get listing leads, we know that Facebook charges you more for listing leads than buyer leads, right? They just do. So we put the budget at $50. Again, for 7 days, you can adjust this, and then you can just click publish, right? That would work just like that. But you remember at the beginning of the call, I was talking about turning on custom audiences and retargeting. Let's slow down and get thoroughly confused. No, I'm not going to make it confusing. I want you to understand something really, really powerful here. And that is, you can use retargeting in Facebook very simply inside of our system. And the way you do it is you click this box here that says retarget current leads. And so when you turn it on the other page, that tells listings to leads to create a file in your private Facebook account with all your leads. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, my dude. And when you do that, we take all the leads that you've captured in the past with us and any leads that we capture in the future, and we keep putting them in this file. And once that file is big enough, meaning it has 1,000 leads, you'll be able to target these old leads, okay? So this ad would show up on the news feed for everybody within 15 miles of Pensacola, Florida, and also anybody in my lead list, okay? So so this is really important, because if you capture a lead today, I mean, God bless you if that person is in contract in your office tomorrow, right? But that's not reality. Reality is you have to touch them multiple times. You have to text them, email them, maybe phone call them, but they don't really know you, so they're not really interested in taking your call. So how do you get to do business with them? Well, running ads in front of them every week so that every time they log in, they're like, oh, that's that person again. Because it's not going to say listings to leads, sponsored by listings to leads up here. It's going to be sponsored by your business page. And the more often they see your brand, the more likely they're going to do business with you. Okay, this is true if you're selling cars, if you're selling soda, if you're selling, I don't know, eyelashes, but it is true in real estate as well. Do they know and trust you to help them with a major financial purchase or transaction? Building your brand is really cheap and easy on Facebook. And that's why I want you all, when you're running ads, to be using retargeting all the time. Okay? Now, there's one more thing I want to say about this. And this is a little bit in the weeds, and this is definitely not getting started, but it's so powerful that I have to show you. If we go to the ad section one more time, let me ask this question to everybody here. And I know I've been talking a while, so it's hard to kind of, focus. Does anybody here have a CRM with like hundreds or 1,000 or more leads in their CRM? Does anybody here, because I know if you've been in the business for a while, you've got a lot of leads floating around. Maybe they're sitting on your computer doing absolutely nothing. Is there anybody like that? Yeah, Michael is like that, right? Yeah, Lynn has 1,200. Yeah, Holly has 21 years. So you've got a bunch of leads sitting anywhere, but I'm pretty sure they're not all calling you all the time, right? And that's where creating a custom audience is awesome. So I told you, I told you that you got to connect, and you'll connect the custom audience right here, and you'll turn on retargeting. But then once you've done that, this green button becomes available for you. And if you hover over here, this shows you the format of the spreadsheet. So all of you that said yes, create a spreadsheet that looks like that, email, number, first name, last name, and upload it here and call it whatever, right? My dusty CRM leads, right? Whatever you want. That will live inside of your own Facebook account, okay? So that every time that you want to run an ad, whether it's a listing ad, whether it's a landing page ad, let's just say I want to run a landing page ad on new construction, right? And I create that. Well, I know I'm going to get name, email, and phone number because everybody has a name, email, and phone number. And I'm going to run this ad in, Buffalo, New York. Well, it's going to go, in this case, everybody living within 15 miles of Buffalo, right? That means it's going to be, oh yeah, awesome. Give me a second. I'm trying to get back to my newsfeed. So what you see this right here, it's going to be, that ad's going to be right here. Like this is an investor business daily ad, right? So your ad is going to show up for everybody within 15 miles of Buffalo. And when you click retargeting, all my old leads, right? So if all of you create a file and there are more than 1,000 leads in there, that file is going to be available just like this. So yes, you'll see our L to L custom audiences, but you can create your own and you can retarget with all of them. If you want to convert leads, everybody, this is a really smart way to do that, okay? So that's enough about that. Over here, we have a landing page section. I did show you the landing page section. I said you can create, I didn't tell you, but you can create landing pages here, and you can create all kinds of, you can do custom stuff, but one of the most important landing pages is Property Valuation Plus, okay? And I want everybody to understand, if you want more listings in an area, in a neighborhood or in a town, you're gonna need this page, okay? All you need to name it is the name of the town, right? Summit, and click create. Once you do, it's going to drop you in this generic editor, right? And this editor is like, it looks like this. It's generic, right? It's got a coffee cup and a computer. But let's remember that the purpose of this page is to ask people to give you their address and their contact information, right? In exchange for their home value. Now that might not seem like a lot, but I'm pretty sure you guys don't like to give your name and address and contact information anywhere on the internet, right? But let alone something super generic, you don't even know the person, right? So you want to make sure that you do the first thing, which is upload an image and get something in the background. Now I did this for Summit. You can upload your own photo. Let me show you. I rolled out our office account for Summit Coldwell Banker, right? Summit, New Jersey. And I did this call when I roll out offices, they're discounted offices, you know, plans and stuff like that. But their manager came back to me a month later and said, Vince, you know, we're getting leads all over the place and it's amazing, right? We've never had so many leads. But they said the #1 home valuation landing page ad was the landing page with the Summit Diner in the background, right? Now, why is that? Because I know a lot of realtors think like, I need to put some $1 million new custom home in the back of my landing page, right? But not every home looks like that. What you're really trying to do is make people know that you know their area. So if there's a landmark that everybody knows, in this case, everybody knows Summit Diner because this is where you get your greasy potatoes and eggs in the mornings, right? So if you know something that everybody knows, you're gonna make them feel more comfortable. So add that photo. And then in advanced options, there is a section here that says print marketing. And there is a letter that looks just like that letter that's the nearby homeowner letter. But this time you don't need a listing. You can just say, hey, this is what's going on in your neighborhood right now. You can update these 2 lines, like, you know, 50 homes sold last month, and that affect your home value. Go here to get your free home value. So again, this simple piece of paper, if you don't have listings, but you want listings in an area, here's a great tool for you. Just upload the picture so you're not using that generic letter, okay? So Bettina, so the retarget custom audience all get the ad in their feed. Yes, everyone in the custom audience. That is right. That is right. Yeah. And that's definitely, you want to do that. If you've got leads, and some of you have leads from multiple resources. Maybe you were at another company before, and maybe you bought something from realtor.com once, or Zillow, or whatever. Put them all in one file, go to your ads page, turn on custom audiences, turn on retargeting, and then create a custom audience. And the format of that, what it should look like, is right here when you hover over it, so you know what your spreadsheet needs to look like, okay? Are there any questions, everybody? I've been going on for a while. We talked about a lot. The one thing I did mention, but I want to say this, you should all be in our mastermind group. You use the support page to get this. Yeah, Bettina, this saves a lot of time. To run an ad, people, if you don't know about running ads on Facebook, inside Facebook, there are 3 pages that you have to get through. And probably 10 to 20 different boxes that you have to check, right? To have a successful ad, okay? And, you know, hopefully you know what those are. But it's much easier to say, you know what, I'm just gonna go over to listings to leads and go to that ad page. And if I wanna create a listing ad, it doesn't matter if I choose a late stage listing or a later stage, those guys know what to do. They have coded everything in the background. If I wanna run a PDF report ad where I'm branded on every page, either for sellers or for buyers, or if I wanna run any landing page, we have checked all the boxes. Yes, whatever you do on this page, Bettina, like if you wanted to run a landing page ad, it's actually different on Facebook than running an ad for an open house or something just listed. If you want to run a PDF report ad, it's incredibly different. It's all so difficult. And I personally used to train our clients every week on Facebook ads. You can't imagine what it's like herding cats to have successful ads on Facebook with realtors. It is hard, and it changes every week. We have Facebook software. If something goes wrong, we know about it within minutes or hours, and we fix it just as fast. So if you're going to be in real estate, you should probably be running ads. I'd say you should be running ads every week through this system. And I'm going to give you a high-level story here in case we haven't asked this one. And I tell this to all new agents. Some of you are not new agents, right? Some of you have been in this for a while, so you know you're going to have to multiply this. If you have no listings of your own, you should borrow one listing or a couple. You should run one listing ad right here for at least 4 days for 20 bucks. You should run one PDF ad for 6 days for 30 bucks. Okay. You could run a landing page ad if you want, but at least do a PDF report ad. So that's 2 ads. 20 plus 30 is $50 a week. That's $200 a month. Okay. That's 8 ads, $200 a month. What will you get for that? Your business page is going to be seen 15 to 20,000 times in 1 month from those 8 ads. Okay. So if you're a new agent, where is anybody going to find out that you're a realtor? 15, even 1,000 times. Where's your brand going to be built? Even 1,000 times in 1 month for even 200 bucks. If anybody has that answer, please let me know in the chat panel. But I'm saying 15 to 20,000 times spread over 8 ads for 200 bucks. You will also get 100 to 200 leads, possibly more, depending on what kind of ad you're running. Okay. So that's why you want to build your brand as a realtor. That's why I tell this to every new agent. They don't know what they're doing. So, but if you're somebody with 4 or 5 listings, you should be running more ads. Okay. Yeah, it is a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. So Bettina, let's see. So is this optimized for leads, conversion, or what? No. So Bettina sounds like she knows a little bit about Facebook ads, and that's good. But you know, sometimes knowing just a little bit just gets you in trouble. let me just walk us over to Facebook, and let's just go over there and look at that nightmare. And this is her question is related to if you want to create an ad. So I'm going to go over to Ad Manager. And honestly, I don't ever want any of you, if you're going to be clients with us, to go to the Facebook Ad Manager, because I'm going to show you why, like right now. Okay. The first thing it says, well, this is what it looks like. And you can see if you look at what I've been showing you the past, 60 minutes, I'm restricted. I'm restricted because our company's doing something. So I can't even create an ad. When you click create an ad, the first thing it says is, what is your strategy? What is your strategy? There are 12 different strategies, okay? And I can tell you the ups and downs of them all, but I'm not going to. All of our ads use Facebook lead forms. Why do we do this? Because these leads come with name, email, and phone number. Bettina's asking me about conversion, and honestly, conversion is just not leads with phone numbers, and it's actually fewer leads. There are leads, you can run ads for impressions, and even they change the language. You don't even know what you're running anymore. All I can tell you, for our clients, I mean, there are a lot of great companies out there in real estate advertising that just do automated marketing. There is no capture of leads, right? You guys all heard of Circle Pix, right? Great tools, colorful, automatic. I can be a realtor and go to sleep because I'm not going to get any leads. It's no big deal, but it does something automatically. Those people are not likely going to be our clients, because our clients are looking for contacts so that they can grow their business. So we use the Facebook lead forms so that every lead comes in with a phone number. My understanding is 75% of those phone numbers are accurate. So yes, you should be texting them, you should be emailing them, and running ads in front of them with retargeting until they're ready to do a transaction with you, okay? So there are 15 other ways to run ads on Facebook. The only way you can run ads here is to get leads with phone numbers. Okay, that's it. So run ads, use retargeting to convert leads, and keep doing that. And then use the other tools that I mentioned, which are automatically created for any listing. Yeah, Diana, no, you have restrictions also. I don't know why. Well, we actually run a lot of ads. We have a team that run ads for our clients. And so, and also because we run ads for our clients and we're a software company, they give us grief when we try to advertise our own company. So that's why we're restricted right now. And we get restricted 2 or 3 times a day, and then we fix it, right?
That's right. So Diana, you have a larger problem, which is for some reason they're blocking your account. You could email our support team. I don't know if they can help you. I don't know why you got blocked is really the deal. But even if you get blocked, doing it yourself, you can't run ads through our system because you still have to get it through your business page. And it won't, yeah. So you won't be able to do that. I mean, you know, it is a nightmare dealing with Facebook, and they don't really have any support. It's like really horrible. It's horrible. So I don't know how you fix that. Maybe do a Google search or a YouTube search. Yes, that's right, Bettina. So Bettina's saying it seems like the phone numbers would be correct because you need a two-factor you need that phone number to get text to get you back in. Yeah. So that's why 75% of them are accurate. Diana, no, you can't do it from another page. It gets tricky. I think you might want to do some YouTube searches and see what people have done. If you try to create another page, it's still connected to your account. And let me just tell you, it's a bear to work around that because Facebook knows your IP address. So if you try to even create a new email and then create a new account and get around, they can still say, no, you're still blocked. So I would look at YouTube and because I think a lot of people share. I mean, I learned how to play golf from YouTube, right? So and so you can learn a lot there, and I think I would go that direction. I don't really know the answers. Our situation why we're blocked is different because we're a software company and we're running real estate ads. And they're like, what are you doing? Fadia, I often get a message that says users do not have permission for this action. If you're getting that message in our system, Fadia, please send that to the support team. I'm not sure what's wrong. Maybe you haven't checked the box somewhere so that you're not using our functionality properly. So that's it for my story, guys, except one more thing, get in the mastermind group. And I recommend if you don't want to get on my live calls, I do usually 1 or 2 every week, scroll down and see the most recent calls. And honestly, I recommend if you are taking any quiet time, see my most recent recorded webinars because we've added a lot of new technology in the past 30 days. Some of this I've shown you, but I've gone into more detail on other calls because this one we have to cover a lot. And see these, right? Like the top tools to get more listings. You need to know that one, right? If you want more listings, right? How do you get all your leads in your CRM? Good one, and I didn't answer that. Go to your profile, which is at the bottom left, and there's a tab that says CRM integration. What's your CRM, Fadia? I'm getting an error when I try to grab a listing. What, really, Holly? And check. Holly, take that information, the MLS code and that, and send it through the support page and say, hey, I'm trying to add this listing and I'm getting an error. They'll probably grab it for you. Yeah. So Fadia, what's your CRM? We do have a number of, what do you call it, APIs here, but most CRMs, I mean, there are a lot more CRMs than that we have APIs. Most CRMs will have a unique email address for you. This is just my random one, right? And that might be like Vincent at Follow Up Boss, right? Vincent, some long weird number at Follow Up Boss. That means if you send leads there, they will drop into your CRM automatically. So Fadia, since you don't know what CRM you're in, I would kind of look that route, okay? This is where you set up auto posting. Definitely connect all your auto posting. And even if you don't use these other platforms, I recommend you do because like I mentioned earlier with the hashtags, we're going to do that for you. I didn't mention it today, but like I have said, go look at my other calls from the past week. We can run ads for you automatically, okay? If you go to listings and you click settings and click ads, you can turn this on and decide what status. I always want to run just listed and I always want to run just sold ads. Boom. Maximum 10 ads per week. You could say I want maximum 2 ads per week, and you could put your maximum budget of $200 a month and forget about it, right? It is covered, this is covered in detail. We also have this in our office accounts, so offices can run every ad automatically on every listing by just turning this on. They don't even have to do it. They don't have to physically touch anything anymore. And we run an ad when we do it automatically for buyers for $35. Just so you know, you don't have, when you run an ad for $35 for buyers, you're going to get between 30 to 35 leads, buyer leads. Okay, so that's what happens when you're running ad. Fadia, yeah, you don't have a custom domain. You should have a unique email address to send leads to. What is the name of the CRM? What is it called? Who makes it? Fadia. And one thing, yeah, let's see, yeah. One thing I didn't mention also on the profile, if any of you have reviews on Zillow, and I know Zillow is a bad word these days, you can check this box here and we'll auto sweep your reviews into your tools so that people can see, you know, what other people say about you on your single property websites, on your virtual tours, and on your landing pages. Are there any other questions for anybody? No, we can't auto sweep from Yelp. And one thing I would recommend, Holly, is we're about to make it to where we can manually create reviews. We're just not there yet. So keep an eye on us. We'll be doing that. Yeah. What else do we have? What else do we have? Any other questions? This call is being recorded. It will be in the mastermind group. I think that's my story. We do have team accounts. We do have office accounts. They are discounted, super discounted off of agent pricing. If you're not a client yet, I recommend you sign up because our prices are going up and we'll honor the current pricing for like a year. The program is all inclusive. It's not a la carte. Is there a blank ad for custom lead ads? No, but yes, you can certainly create your custom ads. It's just, is there a blank form? No. What are you trying to do, Bettina? Lynn, yes, this is everything you see is all included. It's not how do you say, it's not a la carte. Yeah, so Bettina's got a question, which is a good one. Like maybe you want to run ads on divorce or probate or pre-foreclosure. If I was going to do that, Bettina, I would say, hey, I want to create a landing page ad, and I can create it for custom buyers or custom sellers, right? Maybe divorce is custom sellers. So custom landing page ad for buyers or for sellers, and call it whatever you want, right? And then you can run an ad. So you create it and it's here. And then when you go to the ad section, you can run an ad to it. So let me kind of do this. Click ads. And you could say, I want to create a landing page ad. And all of your custom landing pages are down here. So you can run those ads. So you create the landing page with your value prop, Bettina, and then you run an ad to it here. Okay. Any other questions? Well, I'll tell you this, guys. Keep an eye on the system. We're going to add some great stuff to help you. Hold on a second. We're going to have some great stuff to help you convert leads. That's going to be a big topic for us in 2022. Michael, it says, when it's showing Zillow reviews, I think maybe you misread it. Let me go here. So when you go to profile on the preferences tab, it says show Zillow reviews. If there's nothing there, let's see. Name and domain. What this means is, what is your email address that's inside of Zillow. That's what that means, Michael, okay? Which is like your name at Coldwell Banker, right? Or whatever, that's what it's saying. Whatever your email address is, that's what it is, right? This one says Thomas at the agency, Texas, right? That's what that is. So if you're using, by default, when you check that box, we're looking for your email, your key email, your primary email. And if it doesn't sweep your Zillow reviews, that means that this is not the email in your Zillow profile. My recommendation is you would take that, copy that, since that's what you're working with today, and go put it in your Zillow profile, and then we'll start sweeping automatically. Where does the graphic go in the profile? What graphic, Bettina? What graphic? Where does the graphic go in the profile? One page back. Preferences. Oh, yeah. This legal graphic here, it's not really necessary. Legal description is not necessary. But there are some of you that are in MLSs that have a lot of rules, right? And they may want you to have their logo there, right? Or they may want you to have some language like you're part of this MLS. Anytime you put anything out, they may want you to say, anytime you do something, you have to have the name of your office in there. Well, you could put in a legal description so that it goes out all the time. But this is not necessary, right? It's just if you have local rules that impacts you. Okay. There's a lot of other fun stuff in the system, guys. I just want to make sure that you use the tools that I've shown you today, because you will get a lot of leads, you'll get a lot of impact. It will help you grow your business. Okay. Thanks so much for all the questions. Enjoy the holidays. Have a great Christmas. Celebrate however you do. Have a safe New Year. Keep safe out there, and we'll talk soon. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.